Hey guys, welcome back to another episode with me. This is Brittany checking in again. Welcome, my podcast family. What is going on? It's almost 4th of July, y'all. It's Saturday here where I am. I'm sure it's Saturday where you are too. But it's been hot. It's been good. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. I hope you guys are staying focused, doing what you need to do, being on your grind. Focus on the positive things and not the things that are behind. Like I said in my last episode, I hope you guys are doing wonderful and you are healthy and soaking up this weekend, enjoying time with your family and your friends and all of your loved ones. Yes, I am so excited to be here. I'm so thankful to be here, guys. It's just been so much, things going on in the world and just things going on, period. And in general, I'm just glad to be here. I'm thankful to be here, thankful to have a good mind. And right now, thankful to have, family and good support system and friends and, roof over my head. And, I'm so thankful and I'm very excited for what the future holds. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. If I have not introduced myself, my name is Brittany. I am a life coach, a mentor, and a motivational speaker. Welcome to my podcast. Go ahead and share this podcast with any of your family, your friends, and whoever you spend the most time with. Go ahead and share this podcast with them. Here on my podcast channel, you'll get so much motivation, inspiration, journal notes that you can take down, teachings, anything that God put in my spirit. You will get this here on this podcast. So be sure to share this with someone. If you're watching this from the YouTube channel, because this podcast do be posted on my YouTube channel whenever I record. Go ahead and hit the share button, the like button, and the subscription button. Go ahead and hit your notification bell so that you can get all updates from me. Anytime I drop a new video or I drop a new podcast, you guys can get that from me. So go ahead and hit share, share it with someone, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. We're going to go ahead and get into it. I wanted to go ahead and drop off a message tonight, this evening, before I even, end for today and rest and get ready for tomorrow. I wanted to come in and talk about something that was, has been really and truly been in my spirit for a while, for my own life and for my own self, and the new things that God is doing and the things that, the revelation is giving me, the vision and everything. I wanted to share this with someone else because right now you could be in that moment where I always talk about being stuck, but it's not necessarily being stuck. It's just you feel like your vision is, you see it, but you're not in it yet. And you're going through a process right now, and you're going through a lot of different things. Although you see your vision, although you know where you're going and you know where you're headed, it's just so difficult in the process. And it's kind of like in the middle, in the in-between stage where you're about to get ready to take off. And right now, I'm not even saying that I didn't took off, you know what I mean? But I do know this for a fact that this is a true statement because I can see it and I can believe it. Even though I haven't really, I can say I've taken off from something like from pain and, past trauma and things of that nature, just being healed and happy and whole. I've taken off, but I feel like takeoff season is different levels to it and it's different seasons to it. So I just been really meditating on that, just thinking about that for a couple of days now, just falling in love with the transformation process. And that's what we want to talk about this evening, is falling in love with your transformation process. Before you fall in love with it, you got to understand and know that you're going through a process, because you don't just get somewhere overnight and you don't just, change in a blink of an eye. Things just don't turn around when you wake up in the morning. You just wake up and everything's just different. Yeah, you can wake up in the morning, your mindset can be different. You can wake up in the morning and your thoughts might be different. You know what I mean? Your health might be different. But when you were getting ready to change and transform, it's a process. And just understanding, where does that transformation start? And it starts in your mind, right? Because once your mind changes, everything else around you will begin to change. The people around you, your attitude, your behaviors, the way you talk to people, the different friendships you have, everything around you begin to change. Your environment, just everything changes. Sometimes even your address change. Okay. But in the process of getting ready to transform, when you made a decision that you want better for your life and you want different, you got to fall in love with the process. Because once you fall in love with the process, it makes it easier. And the only way you can fall in love with the process is seeing and knowing and having your vision, the ending, your destination of where you're trying to go, the goal you're trying to reach. So during that season and during that time of transformation, which I feel like we all transform all the time, every day, because we transform from when we were 5 years old up until when we were 15 years old. We're not the same. We go back from when you right now, you could be 25. When you would go back 5 years, you're not the same woman or the same man. You're doing things different. And let me tell you something. When you hit age 30, it just seems like everything changes. For some of us, it just seems like you get even more mature. You start thinking about life more. You start thinking about retirement and all this, where I'm going to be the next, like everything starts to kind of settle down. You got out your 20s. So we transform all the time. It could be a 5-year time span, a 10-year. We're constantly changing. We're constantly transforming. But when you sit down with yourself and you realize, like I talked about in two episodes ago about making this season personal, when you sit down and you want something different for your life, understand that you're transforming, but also understand that it's a process. And you don't get there overnight. But you got to fall in love with this process. You got to fall in love with the transformation process. You got to embrace the change. Embrace the things that you're no longer doing, like the things that you're changing, the habits that you're breaking, the new habits that you are creating. You got to fall in love with that. You got to fall in love with working on your body, working on your mind. Like you're out here, you're working out every day. You in the gym, you taking walks and stuff. You at the park, you're working out, you're doing your squats, you're doing your jumping jacks, you're eating right. Love that, embrace that, because it's a mindset, y'all. It's a mindset. When you sit up there and you working out and you exercising and you jogging and running, you feel in your mind that I'm working on my body. I'm not the same no more. I'm gonna be looking good in the next 6 months. I'm gonna be feeling good in the next 6 months. My skin is gonna be clear in the next 6 months. That's how you fall in love with it. You think about what is the end result. What is the end result of you working out? What is the end result of you doing of self-development every day? What is the end result of that? That's how you fall in love with your transformation process. While you working out and while you working on that thing that you're transforming, whether it's your mind, whether it's your body, whether it's your spirit, whether it's your house, whether it's your income, you got to think about the end and why you in it. See, while you in it and you working on it, you got to think about where you're going to be, what type of result I'm going to have from this, what I'm doing right now, from this plan right now, from this action that I got going on right now, the choices that I'm making right now. What is the end result? See, the choices in the beginning, it's going to hurt a little bit. You may not even like it. It might be very annoying. Like, for example, waking up early. I don't like to wake up early, y'all. I do not like waking up early at all, but I'm a morning person. When I get up, I'm good. I'm laughing, I'm smiling, I'm good. But I don't like to get up early. So I have to change the way I get up. I got to get up early every morning. I got to get up earlier to have more time to work on time management, right? So it hurts me to wake up at 5 a.m. But the end result of this is going to be beautiful. I'm going to get more things done. I'm going to have even more time to spend with God. I don't even have to rush in the morning. I don't have to rush driving in the morning. I have more time. See, that's the end result of it. I'm able to get things done. So when I come home in the afternoon, I don't have to sit up here and play catch up. So right now you could be wanting to work out and want to go to the gym, and you got to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice some stuff in this transformation process. You got to sacrifice some time. So like I said, you might be wanting to work on your body and start working out every evening, every day, or early in the morning, which means you got to get up early, which means you got to go to bed early. You can't stay up and watch TV like you want to and watch Netflix like you want to and hang out with your friends, be on the phone all night and just doing, whatever, just doing something that's not really productive. You got to make a sacrifice. With transformation comes sacrifice. With transformation comes pain. With transformation comes separation. And the end result is elevation. Elevation. You got to think about that ending while you're doing what you're doing to be transformed. You got to think about what's the end result of this, though. Man, I don't want to get up early. Hey, I don't like getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Oh, why? But wait a minute, though. Where is this going to get me in the next 6 months? Where is this going to get me in the next 30 days? It takes 30 days to break a habit. It takes 30 days just to break a habit. So if your habit is broke in 30 days, imagine where your transformation would be in 60 days. Think about what the end result is going to be during that process. It's a beautiful ending and it's elevation. Fall in love with it. You ain't going to fall in love with it the first week. You're not even going to fall in love with the second week. But baby, by that third week, you're going to be on one. And you got to constantly speak life into your own life. Every single time you got to speak life into your own life, because it gets so hard. It gets so difficult. It gets so tough where you just want to give up because you're going to have distractions. You're going to want to go back to your comfort zone. You're not going to be you're not really and truly, you're not going to be really willing in the beginning. It's like, I'm not willing. I don't want to do this. It's going to be hard for you to break that habit. But two things I know, you're going to have distractions and you're going to want to go back to where you used to be. You want to go back to your comfort zone because it's easy to be there. It's very easy. It's very easy. So you have to get up. You have to start speaking life into your own life. I am chosen. I am loved by God. I got this. I'm falling in love with my transformation process. I will win. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Any tongue that raises up against me shall be condemned. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am chosen. I am God's beloved. I am God's child. I am God's daughter. I am God's son. I am. I will win. I'm falling in love with my transformation process. I am building the life that I want to have. I am reinventing my life. That's what transformation is, y'all. You are basically just reinventing your entire way of living. When you first reinvent your way of being, and once you first transform and change the way you are and reinventing you, just you yourself, everything else going to start to change. You're going to first work on you. You're going to work on your mind. You're going to work on your spirit. You're going to work on your body. You're going to work on your soul. You're going to get rid of friendships, old friendships and bad habits and bad environments. You ain't going to talk to this person no more. You ain't going to be over there because they're not aligned with you. They ain't going where you going. You start transforming. You reinventing your life. This is life. This is a reinvention. And once you do that, you're going to look back and be like, I'm so glad I made that sacrifice. I'm so glad I made that decision, because you can't make a difference until you make a decision. You can't make a change unless you first know what you need to change and willing to change and come to an understanding with your own self that you got to change, because your mama can't do it. Your sister can't do it. Your brother can't do it. Your kids can't even do it. You got to be able to do it. You got to look at yourself and say, enough is enough. As I always say, you got to look in the mirror and say, I don't want this for my life no more. Every morning you should wake up and be happy with yourself. And even if you ain't, you still go back and keep working until you are. Until you are. Even if you go in the mirror and say, I'm happy with me. I'm in love with me. I got some work to do, but I'm not where I used to be. Baby, let me tell you, you are winning. The moment you can say that, when you look at yourself in the mirror, already tell yourself you winning. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Any tongue that raises up against you shall be condemned in judgment, shall be condemned. You will win. But fall in love with the transformation process. Don't give up too quickly. Don't say, I can't do this. And let me say you this. You will say that. You will have moments where you say you can't do it. You will have feelings in mind and thoughts and mindsets where you be like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. I want to give up. But then instantly you say, I can't give up. I can't stop. We want to know how and why how that's going to happen. You're going to remember your vision. It's going to come back to you every time. Every time you say you want to stop, I promise you that vision going to come back every time. Because a vision, when you have seen something, it's when you have seen something. Oh, y'all. When you've seen something and only you can see it, you're going to move based off what you've seen. Can't nobody understand it. Can't nobody see it. Can't nobody tell you what and what not to do. They're going to look at you like you crazy. Even when you're doing in your transformation, they're going to be like, why is she doing that? Or why is he doing that? It's because they don't see what you can see. They don't see the beginning, the end. They don't see what you can see at all. So you have to remember your vision. You have to write it down. You have to Focus on it every day. You have to take the time out every single day to look at what you're doing every day. Look at how you wake up in the morning, how you go to bed at night, your friendships, your conversations. Y'all, when you're ready to change and you're ready to transform, you're going to fall in love with it. And how you're going to fall in love with it is you're going to be able to see your whole vision. You're going to be able to see that ending piece. And that ending piece is what's going to make you fall in love with your decisions that you have to change. Everything that you got to change, you're going to begin to love them because you've seen something. You've seen something. And again, all those decisions that you make based off what you've seen in your own brain, people are not going to understand the reasons why you're doing it. That's why I would tell anybody, y'all, I would tell anybody this: do not let nobody know what your vision is. And I don't really say that just to say I don't want nobody in my business. I wouldn't say that. I would say it because it's going to keep you focused. I say that to keep you focused, to have that, it's something about that tunnel vision, having that very, very narrow tunnel vision. Only you and God can see it. Only you and God know it. And that is it. Nobody else got to know what you got going on but you and him. Let them think you crazy. You fall in love with your transformation process. You dig deep and fall in love with it every single day, every chance that God gives you, every opportunity that he gives you, move on it. Move on it. And I'm talking about just waking up. I'm not talking about an opportunity that you see to start a business or start a podcast or start a YouTube channel, write a book. I'm not talking about those opportunities. I'm talking about the opportunity and the gift and the blessing that he give you to stand on your 2 feet. Bank off of it. Move on it. I want you to move on it. Because if he gives you another day, he blesses you to see another day, you stand on your 2 feet, you got to make moves. You got to make moves. You can't even make a move based off what a hater say, based off what the enemy say, based off what he say, she say, gossip, haters, all that. You can't even move off that. Even if you move just a little bit, you got to go back to the vision. I'm speaking to somebody today, and I know one of them people is me. You got to move on it. You got to move on it. Even when you fall, the Bible tells us the righteous falls 7 times, but he still gets back up. So what you going to do? When you fall, you got to get back up. You got to get back in the game. You got to get back in the game and fall in love with it all over again. You want to be changed. If you want to be transformed, I want you to fall in love with that process. Fall in love with that pain. Fall in love with the setbacks. Because, baby, let me tell you something. You get set back one time. It's like picture yourself. I see in my head, I see a division right now. Holy Spirit, thank you. You in a boxing ring and you get knocked out and you fall. You know they be in the corner. They fell in and fell, or they fell right there in the center. You got to get up with everything in you. Blood, sweat, and tears. Black eye, swollen eye, all your jaw all messed up, lips all messed up. You still got to get up and fight. Can't stop. Still got to get up and put in the work. Still got to get up and get in the game. That's what you got to do. Fall in love with your process. Fall in love with the transformation process. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Any tongue that raises up against you in judgment shall be condemned. I am winning. I am winning. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. This is your turn and this is your season. Every season is your season. I don't think it's one time, one particular part of the year or in your life that it's your season. Every season is your season. Every season is your season. It ain't your time. It's your turn. Now it's time to step in it. You got to get up. You got to step up to the plate. You got to step up to the plate and put in that work every day. The enemy going to come up against you all the time. But what you going to do? You might fall. You might slip. You going to cry. But you get up and you remember your why and fall in love with it. Every single time. Every single time. Y'all share this podcast with somebody that you spend the most time with, that you love, that you care about, that you know that might need to hear this. Share this podcast with them. Take heed to this podcast. I'm telling you something. What I just told you is surely to come to pass. I know this for a fact. It's a vision. It's something that you can see, that nobody else can see but you and God. Not your sister, not your brother, not your cousin. So in your transformation process, they're going to look at you like you crazy. They're going to look at you like, what are you doing? They're going to look at you like, why is she making that decision? That don't even make sense. Why is she doing that? Why did she move over there? Why did she change cities and states and zip codes? Why did she change her phone number? She had that phone number for 5 years. Why did she change that? They ain't got to know. You got to tell them, I'm working on something. I'm working on me. It may not look right. It may not even look like it makes sense right now. But I got this. Me and God got it. That's what happens when you begin to transform. People going to look at you like you crazy. They're going to ask you all kind of questions. Why is she doing that? You just remember your why. And remember your vision. And remember what you're trying to do. Remember what you got in your brain, in your head. It's to transform and to remember your vision. Remember that vision every day, every night, every morning, every chance you get. Think about that. And stay strong. And y'all stay up. I'll check in with you later.